He makes dumb jokes while he shoots his guns. Major Slack is lots of fun.
Major Slack attack.
Hey, wait a minute. There's no guns in this game.
Shut up, Pee-wee. Hey, welcome back to Major Slack Attack, here for stuff for titillating, tactical, practical, factual, and actual Oblivion Remastered gameplay. On the menu today, we're going to make the pilgrimage. We've had this in our quest list for quite a while. This one here, we have to make a run around to all the 9 wayshrines. Okay, and the reason why we want to do this is A, to get rid of our infamy, because we've been a bad boy, and we have 1 infamy point. Way you can do that is to make the pilgrimage run. You can do that anytime you like to reduce or lower your infamy to 0 anytime you like. And we're going to gain a fame point by doing this, and we're going to make all the shrines in any chapel available to use at any time. Okay, so that's one of 3 things that we're going to do as a result of completing the pilgrimage quest. And I'm going to show you, it's like basically shrines all over Cyrodiil. There's wayshrines all over Cyrodiil. Right? To start off with, I lost my horse. My horse came to an ultimate, unfortunate demise. I'm going to get a new free horse. I'm going to show you how to do that just in case you also lost your horse. You may want to do this on horse. I'm going to do it on foot, but I'm going to make this walkthrough accessible to anybody, regardless of what locations you discovered or what stage of the game you're at. Alright, I'll explain why later on. To get a free horse, you can go to, here's the Imperial City, you can go to Chestnut Handy Stables. It is so nice to have some cool weather here in Montreal, Quebec. And I imagine it's the same for you. Anybody who's on the east side of North America, we were just it was just like an easy bake oven here for the past 3 or 4 days. It was nuts. It's nuts. Went up to 46 here in Montreal. It's like an oven. Here at the Handy Stables, go inside, talk to the orc. Shack or Snack.
What is it now?
Ubra here. Snackrabura.
Snackrabura, owner and proprietor. We board horses and, well, we don't actually sell horses. Anymore, that is.
Okay. And ask her if you're her,
Take
right?
care.
You never tell with orcs. Yeah, you're her, I'm presuming.
Snackrabura, owner and proprietor. We board horses and, well, we don't actually sell horses. Anymore, that is.
She's a rather comely orc. Okay, so ask her, you got anything useful for me?
What can I interest you in?
And do it as quickly as possible, because here come the authorities. And tell her I want horse armor and a horse too.
You've gotta be kidding.
Just ignore that and go down to, I'll take any horse, I'm not fussy.
Let's see what we've got here.
There we go, and that's it. Although I had no horse, Snackrabura outfitted her, okay, it is a she, outfitted her old nag with steel armor and gave it to me free of charge. From now on, she will outfit any legally owned horse that I bring to her with steel or elven armor, 500 gold. How convenient. Very good. Okay, so now we got a new free horse. So if you want to do this run on horseback, there's no excuse for not having a horse. But I'm going to do it on foot, because we have speed gear. There we go, so we have a new horse. Let's just fast travel to Frostgrave Spire to make sure that it remains in our possession. Alright, so, pilgrimage. Let's start at the beginning. If you've never done this run before, to start this off, you have to go to Anvil. Go to the Anvil main gate. Alright, here we are in Anvil, and I'm just using a new character, Flint Westwood here, because I already ran through this dialogue much earlier in the walkthrough, and I can't find that part. I thought I could just easily find that episode and then put a link to that, but I can't find that part. So I'm going to run through this dialogue with the new character just to show you what happens. There's some important decisions you have to make when you talk to this madman in front of the chapel here in Anvil. Right? So come up, talk to this guy.
So, another one who has come to listen to the madman's rantings?
and ask him about the Anvil Chapel attack.
This is only the beginning. Umaril has returned as foretold by Pelinal Whitestrake in his dying breath.
Alright, and you could tell, use this, or rather do this dialogue option here. Just tell me who attacked the chapel.
Do you understand nothing? The blood speaks. I can read the ancient runes if you cannot. As uibala, umarale el nada rakuva. In the alien tongue, by the eternal power of Umaril, the mortal gods shall be cast down. A curse upon Umaril's ancient foes, and a threat.
Alright, so how do we stop Umaril?
Alas, Umaril cannot be stopped. Not without the aid of the gods, not without the Crusaders' relics. Without a champion, the gods are powerless to act. But who among us is worthy to wield the divine Crusaders' weaponry?
Okay, and I will quest for the relics. Agree to quest for the relics?
You
Yes.
would quest for the holy panoply of Pelinal Whitestrake? The legendary relics that have been sought by mighty warriors throughout the ages? Are you a worthy knight?
Here is the important decision you have to make. Don't say, yes, I am a worthy knight. Instead, say, no, I have no claim to fame.
A humble heart is a good starting point. The gods will decide if you are worthy to seek the relics.
How can I find the relics?
The gods grant insight to those they deem worthy. Why and how they act is not predictable. What I can tell you is that, traditionally, knights who wished to quest for the relics would walk the pilgrim's way, travel to the wayshrines of the 9 divines, pray to each of the gods in turn, and ask their favor upon your quest. If the gods deem you worthy, you will be granted a sign. Go forth with the 9's blessings.
And that's it. And then you can ask them to repeat all that by just going to pilgrimage, but it's not really necessary.
Walking the pilgrim's way is the traditional start of a holy quest. Follow the map I gave you, visit the wayshrines of the 9, pray, and wait for a sign.
That's it. That's all I have
May
to do.
the 8 and 1 guide your steps.
Okay, and he gives you a map.
This chapel.
Go to miscellaneous. And you should have a wayshrines map. Okay, now my new character, IPA, infinitely pissed off, has misplaced this map. It's somewhere in Frostcrake Spire. But you don't need this map. I'm going to show you exactly where to go. All right, so that's all the dialogue that you hear from the madman when you first encounter him. Like I said, I couldn't find that part. I really wanted to put a link to that. What part, or much earlier in this walkthrough where I did that. I just went in there, did that without even thinking, and then took off and did something else. So that's what happens, all right? We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming with Infinitely Pissed Off and my level 26 character. Okay, so now at this point you should have the pilgrimage quest. And I'll try to remember to put a link in the video description to the exact time I started this quest in this walkthrough. Okay, so we now have to find the 9 wayshrines. They're all over Cyrodiil. There's multiple wayshrines all over Cyrodiil. Alright, so we're going to start. I'm going to do this, like I said, on foot. For those of you who are not following this walkthrough, I have three pieces of speed gear, and I'm able to walk on water. You don't need these. If you don't have this, if you're not following this walkthrough, you're just going to go slower and you're going to have to swim. But you can still do the exact same route that I'm going to show you. Also, we should go to Frostcrake Spire and make a speed spell, because that will level up restoration. And our restoration is currently at 71. And we can level it up considerably by continually casting the speed spell, which will allow us to go really super fast. We're going fast right now. It's a busy day here in Montreal, Quebec. As you can tell with the sirens. Alright. Let's make a spell. Fortify attribute. Self. Go down to speed. And our current restoration skill level will allow us to make... We can push it to 31. Let's just make it an even 30 for 30 seconds. Any higher, and it's going to require 75 restoration. So look, for example, if we put up to 32, 75, no. Put it down to 30. We could put it at 31. It should accept it. Okay, so here we go. And call it Speedy Gonzalez. Remember Speedy Gonzalez? There you go. There you go. So now we get a new spell. Where shall I put it? Let's put it here. Okay, and I'm going to put restore fatigue potions here. Now we're ready. Okay, so just cooking. So this, along with my speak here, as you can see, it's just cooking. We're going to continually cast that to level up restoration and to simply go faster. Alright, so now the run starts at... Let me just wait till daytime, because we're bound to get caught with enemies around, and you won't be able to wait. I'm going to do this entire run on foot, and I'm not going to use any fast travel locations whatsoever to make it accessible. To make it accessible to everyone, regardless of what fast travel locations you have discovered, and B, as you're doing this, you're bound to run into enemies. You're bound to run into enemies, and it's a total royal pain in the arse trying to get away from enemies so that you can fast travel or wait or whatever. So we're just gonna run on ground the whole way through, or you can use the horse that I just showed you how to get. I think it's way faster. Instead of trying to spend all this time trying to get away from enemies so that you continue the run by fast traveling. I mean, I've done this so many times, and the time I've wasted trying to get away from enemies just completely eats up all the time I would have saved by doing the fast travel route. So, you know, it doesn't make sense. We're going to start here at Grateful Pass Stables. Everybody should have this location discovered by default. All right, so just go there. Alright, so make sure it's daytime. From Grateful Pass Stables, go south by southwest up the hill. And you're looking for this kind of structure here. Memorize this kind of structure here, because this is what you're going to be looking for, okay? There's 9 of them. The Wayshrine of Arcade, Talos, Mara, Kinnereth, Akatosh, Zenithar, Debella, Julianos, and Stendar. We have to head up all 9 in order to complete this quest, right? Activate it, confirm, and if you look in your quest, I already did this one before, so it's going to show up in it already. And click on Inspect and slide over, and here it tells you which wayshrines you've done. So I have prayed at the Wayshrine of Arcade. That's all I've done so far. Alright, next, bring up your map. Okay, I'm going to do this entirely without the benefit of locations. It's going to turn them off. Okay, from here, you're looking for this bend in the road here. Alright, see the bend in the road? Then you're going to go due north. You see this like this little faint little hill here? See that? Right at the end of that hill here. Put a marker there. That's where you're going. Okay? And let me cast my speed. My speed spell. And enemies are on me already. Doesn't matter. Just gonna run past everything. And you can see the way shrine up ahead. Okay, wayshrine of Talos. Activate it. You're going to get a little notification. I have prayed to the wayshrine of Talos. If you go in your quest log, inspect, slide on over, and you see it's marked there. So if you lose track, if you ever lose track of which wayshrines you've gotten so far, that's how you can check on. Alright? Who loves you? Slack loves us. That's right. Don't you forget it. Hey, I appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up and post a comment. And most importantly, subscribe to my channel. It really helps to support the channel. I put a lot of work into these videos, so I really appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Next, we're going to go for the Wayshrine of Mara. This is... I mean, once again, I'm just going to turn off all the locations. I'm going to use... not going to benefit on the locations. If you look for the big S in Skingrad, okay, and look for like the outer edge right here, if you draw a straight line down there and a straight line from the bottom of the G, so where those two lines intersect, okay, straight line down from the S, straight line across from the G, right there approximately, it doesn't have to be exact, but pretty close to there, that's where you're going to put a marker. That's where the next wayshrine is. Okay, so it's approximately 232 paces away. Let's jam on over there. And you can see it off in the distance there. Wayshrine of Mara. I prayed of the Wayshrine of Mara. Next is Kinnereth. Look for the road. Once again, I'm going to turn off all these. Not going to use benefit. Okay. Here's Skingrad. See the road that loops suddenly north like that? Okay, let's just zoom in here. It's right at the bend where it goes due north. Okay, right here at that bend. Put a marker right there. And that is approximately 500 paces away. Let's jam on over there. And if you want to keep your stamina up, keep gobbling down a couple of restore fatigue potions every now and then. And you can sprint with free stamina for the duration of the potion. Okay, so we're going to go around the around Skingrad. Okay, and we'll go under here. And you can clamber up here. Oh, jeez, I just jammed right up there. And keep going towards our marker. There you go. Restoration up to 72. And then you can see it right there, just at the top of the next hill. Okay, Wayshrine of Kinnereth. So you get the little notification. There we go, I've prayed at the Wayshrine of Kinnereth. Next! You're looking for, let's just turn this off, I'm looking at... Okay, we're looking for the Wayshrine of Akatosh. Looking for the West Weald map label, okay, the Westfield, and looking for the, and see the slant created by the top of the T and the H. Okay, so if you draw a straight line along this slant, and you draw a straight line like straight up from the E, and where those two coincide or meet, put a marker there. Okay, and that should be approximately 400 paces away. Yeah, trucking. Trucking. Okay, you can see it right there in the distance. My marker's slightly off, but it doesn't matter. The whole point is to get you within a line of sight of the wayshrine, and then you can easily find a wayshrine of Akatosh. Next, the wayshrine of Zenithar. Look east from your current location. Find the green road. Due north of the green road, you're going to see this fork here in the road. And you can see this fork kind of fades out right at the bottom where it fades out. You're going to put a marker right there. Alright, let's go there now. And we got some bear activity here. Got a couple of restore fatigue potions. And cast a spell. I should just continually cast a spell regardless of whether I need it or not. And there's this brigand. I'm gonna go right through, I believe that's a... Holy shit! I believe that's a Welkin stone. Oh, I forgot to mention I also have water walking boots. Did I mention that? Yeah, I think I did. Let's just discover this location here, if it is a location. And you can see it up ahead. Wayshrine is Zenithar. Let's wait for the notification. There we go. I upgraded the Wayshrine of Zenithar. Next. Get rid of all the locations that we're going to. We're here. If you look northwest, see this kind of looping bit of road here? Okay, this looping bit of road. On the top part of the loop, right here, near the top, right about there, put a marker. Alright, let's go there. About 700 paces away. That's a chewy. You're making good time. Watch it now. Uh-oh. Some of these locations, you may want to discover like little caves or whatever that are right nearby. In case you want to do this again, you could do the fast travel route. Your call. Once again, there's no guarantee that there won't be enemies there once you arrive, so you you know, you'll be dealing with the same thing. You won't be able to do anything until you get rid of the enemies. Okay, here we go. Wayshrine of Dibilla. Right there, just as I said it would be. And next, if you look for, this is Imperial City. The Imperial City Island, I'm going to call it. Okay, the Imperial City Island. Okay, zoom in here. Due west of the Imperial City Elven Gardens District, you see this little pip, I call it a pip, on the coastline. Okay, see that? Put a marker right there. That's where we're going. And watch it now. And let's run across the water. If you don't have water walking boots, you're gonna have to swim. Now, as I mentioned before, there's another nerd. Once you do this, well, for every wayshrine that you hit up, any chapel that you go to, you'll be able to use that shrine at the chapel. You don't have to do them all, you can just like hit one. But since we were, here's the wayshrine of Julianos. Since we have infamy, we're going to have to go through it twice to get all the wayshrines available at the chapels. Okay, so that's 8. Okay, so we look in our quest now. Inspect. Okay, so we've done RK. Talos, that's 2. Mara, that's 3. Kinrith, that's 4. Akatar, that's 5. Xanathar, that's 6. Dibella, that's 7. Julianos, that's 8. We got one more. Alright, now let's turn off the locations. You're looking for the Imperial City Island right here. Look to the east here, and you see, look along the coast here, and you see this part of the coast that looks like a nose. To me it looks like a nose. See, there's the nose sticking out, and there's the nostril right there. Right at the tip of the nose, that's where you're going to go. So put a marker right there. Alright? And that's the last wayshrine. Now, this is not the only way you could do this. There's like I said, multiple wayshrines all over the map. There's numerous ways you could do this. But this is one I find is the most convenient. Because there's like 4 or 5 of them grouped around Skingrad. So I find it just makes sense to hit those right away. And then this is just the most natural route to complete the remaining. Once again, that's staying on foot and not having to do any fast travel. Okay, so once you get down to this part of the Imperial City, you can just hop over the bridge here. And I keep forgetting to cast my spell. And let's go towards the marker. And you can see it right there on the other side. What? Watch it out. Okay, and we got a little mud crab activity here. Let's get rid of it. That's enough out of you. There you go. This last one. Rejoice, you've completed the pilgrimage of the 9 wayshrines and your sins have been washed clean. Cool. And we completed this quest, and this starts another quest automatically. And there's a bit of a cutscene here, so let's just watch this. I've completed my pilgrimage to the Wayshrine of the Divines, and I should pray and wait for a vision to guide me on my quest for the Crusader's relics.
Hail, knight! You seek my relics with a worthy heart. Your prayers have woken me from my endless dream. Or perhaps you have entered my dream, and I still sleep. I think others have sometimes spoken to me. Others like you, but my memory is doubtful. Perhaps the others came after you. Your need must be great for the gods to allow us to speak. Has Umaril the Accursed found a way back? The foulest of a foul race. 1,000 curses upon his unholy name. I thought I'd won, but I should have known. The slave masters are a cunning breed. Umaril found a way to cheat death as I could not. If you would seek for my relics, I know little that can help you. All that has passed since my death is like mist that my mind cannot take hold of. My friends built a shrine upon the site of my death, where the elves tormented me in a final act of revenge. I can show you where it once stood. Perhaps it is there still. Fare thee well, Sir Knight. May the gods grant you to destroy Umaril utterly, as I failed to do.
Okay, some nice happy thoughts. Grab the head honcho. Alright, the Shrine of the Crusader. We're going to table this for a later date. Upon completing my pilgrimage to the Wayshrines, I've received a vision from the divine Crusader Pelinel Whitestrake. He revealed the location of his lost shrine, which is where I should begin my quest for the relics of the Crusader. Like I said, we're going to table that for a later date. That is not a priority. Alright, so there we go. We have completed the pilgrimage. Now, depending on whether you had some infamy or not. First of all, let's just take a little look-see here. Alright, and as you can see, A, our infamy is cleared, and B, we gained 1 fame for doing that. But because we had infamy before, all that did was cleared our infamy, that run. We're going to have to do the run again to get all the shrines available at any chapel. More specifically, you could just visit any way shrine to get that specific way shrine available at any chapel in any city. You don't have to do them all. So for example, if you want the Shrine of Arcade available in any chapel in any city, go back here to Grateful Past Tables, run south up the hill, hit up the Shrine of Arcade, and that's it. But I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to run through the whole thing again so that I have all the shrines available at any chapel in Cyrodiil. And those give you bonuses, by the way. For example, in case you don't know, each way shrine gives you a bonus. Let's go back to Grateful Staples. And we'll go back up. Honor your body and spirit. Pray at my chapel altars to receive my blessings. Although you have the blessing right now. Let's go to magic. Here we go. Fortify. There you go. The breath of Arcade. We now have 10 extra points of health for 10 minutes. Typically it's for 5 minutes. Some of them are for 10 minutes. Okay. Plus we can go to any chapel, find the Shrine of Arcade, because all chapels have all 9 shrines. Okay. So if you ever want to refresh that, you can go to any chapel, find the Shrine of Arcade, and refresh it. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to have to go off camera. I'm going to do the whole run again off camera so that all these shrines are available at any chapel. And also off camera, since I got a new horse and I want to make my new house in Bruma, my new headquarters. So we're just going to use Frostquake Spire for enchanting and spellmaking. But everything else, I'm going to move to my house in Bruma. And everything else pretty much weighs 1,600 pounds. So what I'm going to have to do is, if you're in the same situation, want to move to Bruma, what you can do is go to Frostquake Spire. You have a new horse now. Or you have your old horse that you didn't kill, like I do. Through no fault of my own. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to get on your horse and ride it up to the very... Let's just do this now. Okay. Ride it up to the... right to the front entrance. As close as you can get it. Okay. Park it here. Now, in case you don't know, you can't fast travel while over encumbered, but if you get on a horse, you can fast travel while over encumbered. So let's just go here. And I want all my ingredients at the new house. So here's all my ingredients. Okay, it's going to weigh 1,200 pounds. Just grab it all. Now I'm grossly over encumbered and too fat to fuck, pardon my French. Okay, but it doesn't matter because I could just go back to my horse. Okay. Slow walk. Just have to slow walk a little bit. None of my special gear. This is not going to help because it's not enough. My Loot Hound necklace, Loot Hound ring, and Loot Hound shoes. It's not going to help. I'm still way too fat to fuck. Pardon my French. But we have another solution. And I know I have a feather spell too, but it still wouldn't be enough. Alright. Now that we're on the horse, we can fast travel while over encumbered. So let's just go to Bruma, Eastgate. And then from the Eastgate, you just have to slow walk to your house. Smoke him, he got him. This could take a minute or two. Fortunately, the house is just around the corner. And just to satisfy everybody's curiosity, I'm going to put on all my Loot Hound gear. And I'm going to cast my feather spell. Won't be enough though. Carry more stuff. And it's still not enough. Yeah, most likely it's coming up at 640. But such is the benefit of the Bruma house. Did I go too far? I did. I'm walking so slow I'm getting lost. Can you jump while you're... No, you can't jump. Yeah, guys, I went past it. I shot right past it. Oddly enough. And we're here. Alright, so I'm going to sort this all out off camera. This chest here is going to be my new alchemy ingredients chest. And then I'm going to go back to Frostquark Spire and get everything else that is not related to enchanting or spell making and bring it all here to the Broom House. And this will be my new headquarters with the exception of spell making and enchanting. That's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. If you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, post a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to make sure you get all my videos hot off the press. Make sure you hit that little bell icon so that the game, or not the game, but rather YouTube actually notifies you when I put up a new video. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes. Alright? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.